I think that's going to give them the confidence they need. We're going to starting lineups here, Kirk, so we'll get it up here for the number 33, Ryan Cormier in net for Waterville, no surprise. The sophomore, Matt Lee, number 4 on defense. Number 20, junior, David Cook. At center, number 14, one of the captains, Nick DeBlue, a senior. Another senior captain playing forward, Josh Gaudette, number 7. A junior, 17, Kyle Bishop is the other forward. As Dennis always does, starts his 3 big games out there to try to get something going first shift. Now for the Messalonskee starting lineup. 33, sophomore, Nate Del Judas. Dominic Dexter has been moved back to defense tonight with Messalonskee being shorthanded. Number 11, a freshman. Assistant captain, another sophomore, Travis St. Pierre. Number 19. Cam Berard, number 17 at forward, a senior. Sam Dexter, number 7.
Sammy always had that haircut? Or is
no,
he
did that. He did that in honor for breast cancer. Shaved his head. Yep. As Sam has gone through this with his mom, who's his battling that for over a year now,
and always at
no anthem here.
No anthem at this arena. All levels good. We're all set. Good job. We're getting ready for Hockey Night in Maine next here on the Renegade Network.com. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. You still have time. Why don't you cut, paste our link and put it on your Facebook, MySpace, or any of the networks and pass the word around. You can have anybody anywhere in the world watch this game right now with you live. At the top of the screen in the TV box, just above the right-hand corner of the TV box where the video is, you'll see the words pop out. Click on pop out. It'll make the video much bigger for you if you'd rather see it a little clearer and bigger. Please, if you get a chance, get yourself a username and then come back into the room and click on follow. That way you're helping the network grow and showing a good member base, and you're notified anytime we schedule an event or go on live. And with the playoffs and all that other stuff, there's not going to be much notification of games, so be great to be able to let you folks know when the games are on by clicking on follow. And we look like we're ready to go to action here at St. Dubois and Bayou on the draw. Draws. Nobody's won. Dubois is stepping on it. He goes down and away comes Bishop. Bishop now going to fire a shot. It's going to go to Del Judas behind the net. St. There. He bangs it up the boards. Can't quite see who that is. And as it comes out, Bishop intercepts it. He's in the middle of the slot, fires a shot, deflected up and over the head of Del Judas, and it's going to go in the netting, and we're going to have a whistle here.
That's one of the things that the Eagles are going to have to avoid, Kevin. They didn't do a good job of it. Really, the last couple games is the turnovers in their zone. They've got to make sure that they limit those because that's where they've been getting burned. Turnovers between the top of the circle and the blue line.
Got to be careful to clear some of that traffic out in front of Nate, give the kid a chance to actually stop the puck by being able to see it. And now the draw is going to come to the left of Del Judas. Dubois tries to whack it quickly to the net, doesn't get it to the slot, top of the slot where it's knocked in. And it comes out of the zone, and Matt Lee's going to chase it down.
Going to wave the icing.
Lee with it, with Barad giving chase. Day, who almost breaks it up. Dexter as well. What moves by the young man. Here they come. There's Lock slams on the break, goes out front, can't hit Lee. Broken up nicely by Brochen. Oh, we got it. What net came dislodged.
Matt Lee looked like he ran into the post.
Fortunately for Suki Arena, and the nets come off fairly easy, so the blow is minimized.
It must have been Matt Lee that did it because the faceoff's coming outside the Eagles' end. Coach Martin go with very quick shifts. This is his third different line change here already. 40 seconds into the game.
Gaudette's coming down. Gaudette fires a shot. It goes just wide. Massey's there. Bangs it in. St. Pierre now tries to get it up and almost out. Bishop keeps it in. Bishop with it in the slot. A shot saved by Del Judas in the corner. It goes. Bishop there. Bishop fires it across, goes to Massey now. Massey's going to fire it around the net. Gaudette's going to chase it down. Goes out front, nobody home. Bishop now in the corner with it. Leaves it for Gaudette. Gaudette sends it around the net. Massey's going to chase it down. She's got St. Pierre with it. St. Pierre flips it up and out of the zone. Bouncing puck managed to get settled down on Lee's stick. Lee fires it to Dubois. Dubois broken up nicely there by Neto. Foy with it now. Foy's coming down with it. Foy loses it to the boards. Dubois now with it. Dubois throwing it up to Locke. Locke around the half boards. Locke looking for Witten. Witten can't hang on to it. Comes all the way down on Del Judas, and Del Judas gets a whistle. So 13-22 in the first period. Nothing, just score.
A smart play there by Nate. Messalonskee was running around a little bit. Looked like they needed a line change. It was going wide, but take the whistle. Let's get some fresh legs out there.
And he's going to take the draw with Dubois. Draw won by Dubois. And the Eagles come away with it. Sammy going to have a breakaway. Dexter's coming alone. Fires a shot. Goes wide. And Bayou now on the half boards. Barad steps in. Barad banks it down low for Dexter. Dexter with it behind his net. Ridden off by Socher. Witten comes away with it. Witten now with a steam. Goes around. Barad banks it towards to Locke. Locke fires it down. Del Judas with a save, and it goes in the corner. Whoa, some bumping and banging there. Here we go now. Up the boards, Bayou with it. Bayou gets slammed by Gaudette.
Nice hit by Josh Gaudette right there.
Right there, and then it's sent.
No icing was tipped.
Sent all the way down. Snow's going to first for the Eagles. Massey intercepts the puck. She handles it now. Looking for the D. Massey leaves it now for Bishop. It goes all the way around. Gaudette's going to step in. Gaudette's got St. Pierre there. All the way back to the point where Lee settles it down. Lee's going to fire a soft shot. Goes wide. Bishop there now. Bishop. He has the puck. Looking for an open man. Fired across ice. Can't. And the puck is broken up by Sammy Dexter. That one's going to leave a mark in the morning now. Dexter whacking away at it. Lee with it now. Lee's going to fire it in, and Brochu's going to chase it down. Brochu's got up ahead of him. Del Judas is forced to play it up the boards. Looks like Gaudette's there first. The Panthers are definitely hustling the Eagles early on. And now it's along the boards. Billy Blake is number 8. Billy Blake.
Yeah, that is Billy Blake.
Billy Blake. And Littlefield now. The third line's out there, I believe. That's the third line. Caldwell, Blake, and Littlefield. Caldwell out front slaps the puck, and it gets knocked to the boards. We're going to have a penalty here. It's going to be on the Eagles. Here comes Dubois now. Dubois ridden to the boards. He fights through the check of Brochu. And then Billy Blake comes in, slamming the body, and Dubois avoids that. Lee fires it down on Judas, and Del Judas makes a nice save, and we're going to have a penalty with 11:43 to go here in the first period.
Stick, that's what happened. He followed through. Stick inadvertently came up and hit one of the Waterville players. So right off the bat here, 11:43 left in the period. Messalonskee's got to get their penalty out there.
So we're going to see what the Eagles have early on.
Well, just when the Eagles seem to be gaining a little something, starting to get some. I gotta go right off the bat. And what we talked about, trouble already.
And now along the board, Panthers settling the puck down on the power play. Back to Cook. Cook's going to bank a pass over to Dubois. Find a hard broken up there by Socher along the boards.
Boy, they're all over the crease right now. That guy had to be standing right in there.
Cook now with it. Cook along the point to Lee. Back to Cook. Cook's going to pass it to Dubois. Dubois fires a shot off the side of the net. Locke steps in. Locke and St. Pierre. Dubois now with Dubois come out front. Fire shot. Oh, where is it? No goal. It's off the mooring. Oh, that was a close one. I must say that puck, once again, we've seen that several times this year where the puck has gone over Nate Del Judas' head, his shoulder, off the back, and this time it managed to stay in the crease, and before it crossed the line, the net was dislodged.
Well, they just put 2 shots up for Waterville, the Messalonskee score.
So we're going to have a draw to the right of Del Judas. Bayou out there and Dubois. Well, that's Bishop. And they switch it around, and Dexter's going to take the draw. Goes to Gaudette. Gaudette with it along the boards, passes it over to Cook. Cook fires it down low, looking for Witten. Witten and Brochu battle along the half board. He's going to pass it over to Bishop. Bishop now with the puck, cycling in the corner, passes it to Lee. Lee hanging on to it, passes it over to Cook. Cook can't handle it, slaps a shot, and it's deflected and goes up into the netting. 10:45 to go here in the first period. Your shots on goal, 2-1 in favor of the Eagles.
Which is not, it's 3-0 in favor of Waterville, because the Eagles, they just put both shots we were here on the Waterville side.
Still 1:03 left on the Panther power play. The draw won by the Eagles and sent down. Gaudette's going to chase it down for the Panthers. Cormier settles it down in the corner. Gaudette comes in. He sets up shot behind net. He's going to break it out. The Eagles staying contained in the neutral zone. Here comes Bishop now. Bishop, got it over the line, fires a shot, and it goes wide to Del Judas. St. Pierre with it. Comes around the net. He fires it up. Cook can't quite jump and keep it in, and Lee's going to be there for the Panthers, and we're going to have a hand pass.
I don't know. I mean, it's not a direct hand pass, though. It hits his glove. I mean, I've seen him let that go in games, too, Kevin.
Well, today they're not.
That's obvious.
That's obvious. They're going to call it. Either way, you can say good call, bad call. It's one of those. He did do it. He's guilty. And we got a whistle. And the Eagles' nest is starting to rock the joint up here. Here we go. Lee with it. He's going to come through the neutral zone. Lee now trying to come across the blue line. He does. He's along the boards. Lee going to drop it for Dubois. Dubois with it. Dubois curls around the blue line looking for an open man. He's got Lee. Lee's going to fire the shot, hit Del Judas in the breadbasket, and Del Judas is going to hang on to it. We're going to have a draw to the right with 9:56 to go here in the first period.
And they're continuing to put the shots up on Messalonskee side for Waterville.
Well, Cormier is going to get the saves, I guess. You can't argue with the official score. Now Locke with it. Locke's got Cook going out the door. Cook with it in the corner. Cook's looking to get it out front. Got McDonald, and McDonald can't hang on, and the Eagles send it down. And now, behind the Panther net, Locke's going to fire it up the boards. Looks like it's going to take a Suki bounce right to Nedu. Nedu now, Foy coming in. Foy kicks it, goes through the crease and wide. Nedu now with it. Firing a backhand, broken up by Dubois. It's in his feet. Who's got the puck? St. Pierre now is going to tee it up. On net, Cormier with a save. Here comes the crash and pay you.
Just picked up.
And the Panthers are going to come away with a Dubois now with a head of steam coming through the ice. Dubois coming down on Del Judas. And St. Pierre breaks the play up nicely, comes all the way to the neutral zone where Cook's going to settle it down. Cook settles it down, fires it in. Del Judas kicks it wide. Dubois first on there for the Panthers. What do we got, another hand? Oh, high stick.
High stick, not a no. High stick on just for a face-off down in the Eagle end.
So we finally got some offense there for the Eagles. They killed off that penalty. Waterville had pretty good pressure there, but not really any good quality scoring opportunities. A lot of pressure, but not much for scoring opportunities. A little bit of counter, which is what the Eagles needed. Got some good pressure there, so the Eagles are starting to pick up their play. They've kind of weathered that storm a little bit, and they're starting to even out and starting to play, their brand of hockey a little bit and move the puck.
And Cook with a blast goes wide. In comes the who is that? I can't quite see, the cameras in the way. Anyway, the Eagles get it out in the neutral zone. Socher passes it over to Bishop. Bishop's going to come across the blue line. Brochu bumps and bangs him off. Max Poulin's going to come in. Poulin's going to bang it up, but Gaudette's going to be there first. Gaudette along the boards. Gaudette's going to get it back to Socher, and Socher sends it in. Around the net it goes. Gaudette gets his caught in the door. We talked about that gap that's down there. And there goes another $200 stick. Mama's not going to like that one. Socher with it. Banging it in the zone. That stick will be in the way. We'll see if that plays a role. Brochu trying to come around. They got the stick and it away. Barad with it. Now Barad cycling back in the zone. He passes it up to Brochu. Brochu gets rid into the boards by number 11. I don't have his number right now. Dexter banging along the boards, and Cook now. Cook gets it, fires it in the zone. Around it goes. Snow's going to be there first. Snow given chase by Mark Gietza, maybe.
That's Ben Roy.
Ben Roy, number 5. Ben Roy slammed to the ground. Margitza's 6, I believe.
Yes.
And the Eagles, that's Dubois trying to come out front and broken up nicely. Cook makes a nice save at the blue line and fires a cannon on Judas. And Judas makes the save, and Bro says, here you go, buddy. Cover her up for me. And we're going to have a draw to the right with 7:31 still. 0-0 just score. We're live here at the Arena and Event Center. You're listening to the RenegadeNetwork.com.
Well, I see the Floridians are here tonight.
Yes, they are. Meme and Pepe are watching their 2 grandchildren, Corey Foy from Messalonskee and Katie Massey.
They're probably sitting by the fire, right? We don't have those down in Florida. That's right. Oh, another shot saved by Del Judas. Oh, we might have had a quick whistle right there, but either way, the Eagles fans are going to take that, and the draw is going to come to the left of Nate Del Judas. So we're going to do this all over again.
They got to do a better job of covering on faceoffs here as the Purple Panthers are getting a lot of opportunity off draws. Again, it goes right back to Tim Locke, who gets a shot off. Nick Boys ends up able to get it.
Tell you, these Eagles want to be careful. They got Locke wide open in the high slot. They're going to get it to him eventually. And Vayu now. Vayu bumping and banging with Sosha. Sosha knocks it up. Goes all the way over to Vayu. Vayu broken up by Locke. Fires it in. The Panthers are going to tag up. They're offsides. They're still offsides, but they're not going to call it because the refs might have missed that one. Oh, my! Down. That one's going to leave a mark. Vayu goes down from a hard hit from Locke, and he appears to be hurt. Might have hurt his shoulder on that play.
Could have called interference there as well, as he didn't have the puck, play in the puck.
That's one of the inconsistencies that we've seen this year. Sometimes it's called, sometimes it's not. Hard to get a true judge of what the rule is. And we are going to have a penalty.
No, icing.
And the Eagles now starting to pick up their
Sean
chance.
Bayou bent over. He never saw that coming.
Hopefully he just had the wind knocked out of him and he'll be okay. The Eagles can't afford to lose anybody.
And Tim Locke is a load.
Lock and load, I guess that's what that was. Now the draw is going to come all the way down to the right of Cormier. 6:32 to go in the first period. Caldwell's going to take the draw for the Eagles against Bishop. Draw won by Caldwell. Back to Brochu. Brochu firing a soft shot. Billy Blake trying to get it out front. Littlefield gets it there. Littlefield and Billy Blake battling. Blake fires a shot.
Nice save by Cormier.
Off the shoulder of
Big
Cormier.
save by Ryan Cormier.
Massey steps in. She gets the puck. She's going to come up the right-hand side. Fires it up. Caldwell breaks it up. And then Massey regains it. She's coming down on Snow. Massey's going to flip it. Try to go around Snow. Snow rides her to the boards. Snow with it along the boards. Battling with Bishop. Massey comes away with it. Trying to go out front to Godet. Godet on the boards. Godet is going to send it down low. Nope, he sends it to the point. Lee's going to fire it in. The Eagles, the Panthers had to tag up Massey with it now. Massey trying to shift her way through a couple Eagles and get up, sent all the way down, and Matt Lee's going to settle it down. Each team changing up on the play. Lee's going to crank it up, try to do it himself. He's coming through the neutral zone, going around Foy. Foy breaks it up. Locke's there to pass it to what's the whistle?
Looks like it's offside.
I understand that, but it wasn't like he skate 5 seconds with the puck. That makes no sense. Usually they call a whistle if it's offside relatively quickly, but that was quite a delay. Skated several strides with it.
Actually got a shot off.
Even got a shot off before the whistle. Thought there might have been a penalty the way it was delayed. And Locke now. Locke's going to come in and he's going to have to tag up because they're offside. Dexter with it now. Banks it up the boards. Locke's there. We got a slashing call.
Matt Lee looks like he's going. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either.
No, he doesn't seem to be loving it too much either, does he?
Guys do there, Kirk, when they get a penalty. Yeah, we got a good size crowd here tonight, too.
In the Renegade land, too. There's a heck of a crowd watching this evening. And draws one by the Eagles, goes around to Godet. Godet along the half boards, brings it up. St. Pierre's there. St. Pierre fires it in. The Eagles are tagging up. Godet with it now. Godet takes it around his net. Minute 48 to go on the penalty kill.
And Waterville will go on the offensive.
We got one on. That's key power. Yeah. All right, along the boards, Bouchou kicks it over to St. Pierre. Dubois steps in, and it goes all the way back over to Dexter. Dexter now, he's going to break it up the ice, fires it over to Barad. Barad's coming across the blue line. Barad's going to fire a shot. Cormier can't quite hang on to it, and then he pulls it back. Makes the save. There's a minute 20 left on the Panther penalty kill. 4:42 to go in the first period, and you're watching the RenegadeNetwork.com. Hockey night in Maine.
Well, that was a fantastic breakout. Good cross-ice play, and they got good penetration there. Would have liked to see them maybe set up, maybe pull that back and set up their penalty, their power play there, fellas.
Draw one by the Eagles. Comes back to St. Pierre. St. Pierre fires it in. Dexter with it. Dexter trying to fire a shot.
It almost got tipped.
That made it to the legs and all the way to the corner. Now back at the point. Snow, he's stepping in, fires a shot, and it goes wide. Get them on net, men. And Locke now. Locke's going to fire it up all the way down. Looks like Bishop might get there first. Del Judas comes out to play it. Sends it up to St. Pierre. St. Pierre sends it back around to Snow. Snow with it. Sends it back to St. Pierre. St. Pierre's going to fire it up. He's got Foy in the neutral zone. Foy's going to bang it. Bump it with Goddett, and Dexter comes in. Dexter makes a move around Locke. Dexter's going to get it up front. Cook breaks it up.
Nice back check by Locke.
Barad now. Barad and Dexter in the corner. Barad with it now, hanging on to it. He's holding. He's got it back to St. Pierre. St. Pierre's going to fire a shot. Oh, my. Here we go. Bishop's on a breakaway. Here comes Kyle Bishop. Bishop on, and he shoots it wide to Del Judas. Del Judas forced it wide, and he ends up shooting it behind the net. Play in the neutral zone. Dexter comes away with it. Dexter's got Snow. Back. Nice tic-tac-toe passing. And then he goes
big save,
Cormier with a big
Two
save.
breakaway saves by both goaltenders. Nice job nice save again on a good hard shot by Cormier.
And we're all even now. They got to be careful. Matt Lee's coming back on the ice. Here they go. They've got a 2-on-1 if they hurt. Bishop coming down on the shot on Del Judas with a pad save. Massey now coming in. Broken up nicely. St. Pierre barrel his way through Lee. St. Pierre charging through Massey. St. Pierre's on a mission now. He brings it into the zone all by himself. St. Pierre bumping and banging along the board. In comes Vayu. Back. Good to see him back in. Vayu in the neutral zone. Going to settle it down to Brochu. Brochu's going to fire it in. That should be icing. So 2:49 to go in the first period. Your score still 0-0.
Both goaltenders coming up big. Ryan made a nice pad save, and Del Judas really didn't make a save, but he waited him out, not allowing him anything to do that.
And the puck quite wasn't flat. Wasn't settled. That played a big role in it. Looks like Poulin and Lefebvre are going to be there. Lefebvre wins the draw back to Lee. Lee fired it in. Down in the corner it goes. Poulin's going to chase it there with Dexter. Dominic Dexter with it. Fires it up to Poulin. Poulin broken up, and down goes number 11. Panther.
That's Eric Sampson.
Sampson. Lee with it. Lee banging up the boards. Brochu's going to step in. Brochu's firing it in. It goes to the right of Cormier. Cormier settles it down, tries to get it out himself. Broken up nicely by Billy Blake. He's got the puck. What's the whistle for?
They're going to say that he carried it. He had it in him too long.
It was right in his elbow.
Yeah, but they're going to say that he was within him too long. That face-off, I would think, is going to come outside the zone.
It sure is. So with 2:17 to go here in the first period, we got ourselves a 0-0 score. Been a goalies duel so far. Shots are equal 7-8. I'm not correct. John, how
I've got it at 9-5 right now. So
they're not adjusting for those.
They put two shots up for Waterville on Messalonskee's side.
Now Witten with it. Witten fires it down. St. Pierre with it. St. Pierre's up the boards looking for Sammy Dexter. Dexter now. Nice tic-tac-toe passing. Vayu now coming away with it. Vayu ridden off by Socher. Witten steps in. Witten and Barad along the boards. Dexter now with it. Cycling and curling right there. Gets it back to St. Pierre for a one-time tackle puck that goes high.
That was tough on end. Tough to get that puck low. Travis tried by keeping it thick low and turning it a little bit. Still wasn't able to keep the puck from going up over the top of the net.
So the draw is going to come out zone. So far even up and down. Great high school hockey action here at Kluge Arena and Events. Live on the RenegadeNetwork.com. Foy's on the draw. Foy wins it back to Brochu. Sends it in now. Neto there. Lee. Lee over to Cook. Cook up to Massey. Massey to Goddett. Goddett looking for Bishop. Can't quite get it there. Broken up nicely by St. Pierre. Then Neto takes a shove from Lee, and Goddett steps in. Goddett fires across ice trying to hit Massey. Snow breaks it up. Snow's coming across the line. Snow's on the move. Snow's got to watch up. He did. Lee ran him right off the puck. Great play by Matt. St. Pierre gets it. Fires it in, and the tagging up. Cormier settles it down. Minute 20 to go here in the first period. Lee with it. Lee's going to fire it up to Goddett. Goddett trying to leave a pass for Bishop. Broken up nicely by Neto. Neto in the middle of a Panther sandwich. And the lead comes away now. All the way up to Snow. Snow bumping and banging up the boards to Neto. Neto now taking a shove from Goddett. Lee fires it in on Del Judas, and Del Judas going to hang on and cover it up. So we got a minute even here in the first period. Still 0-0 score. You're on the RenegadeNetwork.com.
Well, pretty good brand of hockey here, fellas. I mean, these teams are getting after one another. You like the rival games late in the season. It's just up and down. Right now, both goaltenders stealing the show. I'm liking it.
Right off the face-off again. Tim Locke with a good scoring opportunity.
Along the half boards, they battle. It comes to Lee. Lee's going to fire his shot, almost redeflected by St. Pierre. Instead, Brochu gets it, fires it around. St. Pierre's going to chase it down. St. Pierre with it along the half board. St. Pierre looking to go center ice to Dexter. Cook with it. Cook now. Ridden off the play by Dexter. Flips a pass to Dubois. McDowell comes in. Cook now with it. Cook weaving his way through the Messalonskee maze. Cook now with a nice behind-the-back pass to Dubois. Dubois to McDowell. McDowell trying to get it into Dubois. Brochu and Dexter. Dexter comes away with it, gives it to St. Pierre. St. Pierre's going to come around the back of his net. St. Pierre looking to flip it out. Ooh, got to be careful right there. He got fortunate. Came out of the zone to Dexter. Dexter and Dexter coming down. Shot on Cormier. Cormier with the glove save. 5 seconds. We're going to have a draw to the left. Cormier.
.5, so we got what they're going to try to do is probably get one right off the draw here.
Barad's going to be on the draw for the Eagles. Barad whacking it to the boards. And Lee's going to come away. Fired all the way around. That's just going to be about here.
I think that's a good period for the Eagles, getting out of it 0-0. They survived the initial thrust. But as we know, Waterville seems to get stronger as the period goes on, as the game.
So that's going to do it here for the first period. We're going to take ourselves a break. We'll be back. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll be right back here on the RenegadeNetwork.com.
Talk about my my keys that I talked about there. You know, the keys from Messalonskee. That's to have strong neutral ice play, to attack the puck and stay out of the penalty box, and they done all that, and I get 3 for that. And one thing that concerns me is this pace of the game, and it just might wear out Messalonskee eventually. Waterville's done a good job of staying out of the penalty box. They've been pretty good through the open ice, but they're a little sloppy in the right end. They need to tighten up things and giving away too many scoring opportunities point blank out in front of that net, fellas.
And we're ready to go to, well, I think we're going to take a timeout right here and allow the semi-huddle.
I don't think Coach Latendresse is going to allow to happen what maybe happened the other night when Sammy Dexter was going in on a breakaway and got poke-checked by the wet ice.
Boy, I'll tell you, we've always commended Coach Latendresse about his detailing of waiting for the ice to be hard. I mean, that's within the rules, if I'm not mistaken, right, John? You're allowed to? No? You're not allowed to? Isn't it? You can't come out when there's puddles everywhere, right? I thought they...
Oh, no. I mean, believe me, I've been in rinks where they allow it. It's up to the referees. They're in charge. If they agree with the coach that they want to have it set up a little bit more, then they can do that. If they want to go and drop the puck, they're going to drop the puck. That's total discretion of the officials, which tonight would be Mr. Fitzpatrick and Mr. Forrest.
Well, they're doing a fair job in allowing the rink to harden. They don't want to see any of those fluke plays happen again where a player loses the puck on a breakaway. We're getting ready to go. Don't forget tonight's Cancer Awareness Night here at Suki Arena Event Center. And this, if I'm not mistaken, John, was all the kids' idea.
It was. Yes, it was.
And we're ready to go here. Dubois and Veilleux. Bishop now with it along the boards. Goddett steps in. He's going to fire it down. Could be an icing, but they're going to put that one off. Brochu now. Dexter with it. Steps in behind his net. Got out front. Dubois, another save. 2 shots right there on this point blank. Nate was there for the test now. Veilleux's going to come away with it. Veilleux trying to get it up to Dexter.
Well, if Nate isn't awake, he is now.
And he's going to hang on to that one. We'll get a draw right here. 14:30 to go. He's going to take a break after that quick action. 2 point-blank shots on Nate Del Judas here early in the second period, and the young man's been up to the test. Draw to the right. Dubois out there for the Panthers. Poulin for the Eagles. Won by Dubois. Locke trying to get it on net. Broken up. Locke steps back in. Locke fires a shot off the shoulder. Del Judas goes to Brochu. Brochu send it around the net. Got Nedu right there. Nedu in the McDonnell battle. Locke Locke gets ridden off the puck nicely by Brochu. Dubois steps in. He hands it over to Cook. Cook with it. Fires it down low. It's going to go down the net. Snow's going to be there first for the Eagles. Snow broken up by McDonough. Gets the puck back. Coming around the net. He's going up the half court. Leaving a pass for Foy. Foy trying to make a backhander, and it's broken up by Locke. Snow now with it. Snow fires it out the zone to Cook. Cook's going to come across the blue line himself. We got offsides on the play on the far left-hand side. I think McDonough might have stepped offside there. Either way, we got a whistle. 13:51 to go here in the second period. Still 0-0 score. You're on the RenegadeNetwork.com.
We have Messalonskee putting the third line out there again. Anne-Marie Caldwell, Tom Littlefield, and it looks like Billy Blake.
I got to say, John, I love our network. We've got people already complaining about the fans in the stands talking. They want them to be quiet. But either way, I'll talk to them out on break. We'll get them under control. Draw in the neutral zone. Lee with it. Lee's going to fire it up, looking for Gaudette. Gaudette gets it up, and Dexter now settles it down. Passes it over to St. Pierre. Del Judas has to step in. Banks it out of the boards. Massey knocks it out of the air. That's a high stick. Whoa.
Didn't think that was a high stick.
Is it the waist or the shoulders?
You know what? If you ask 10 officials, you'll get 10 answers. That was a good play.
I thought it was, too. It wasn't any higher than her waist. I mean, I thought. And she was bent down. Either way, the draw comes all the way down the Panthers zone to the right of Cormier. Dubois on the draw. Won by Vic. Over to Dexter. Dexter to St. Pierre. St. Pierre flips a soft hander. Barad bats it down. Back to St. Pierre. St. Pierre fires a shot on Cormier. Cormier with a save. Along the half boards, they battle. Dexter keeps it in. Locke right there. Battling now. Lee comes away with the puck. Fires it around. Looking for Witten. Goes to Witten. Witten bangs it off the boards to himself. Here comes Witten. Broken up nicely by the forechecking of St. Pierre. Barad now battling along the blue line. Comes out. St. Pierre with Pierre's going to get it, flip it down, and Locke's going to chase it down deep in the corner. Cook around his net. Sends it over to Locke. All the way to Dexter now. Cook comes away with it. Cook on a mission now. Coming up, fires it in the zone. All the way around the boards it goes. Dubois going to chase down St. Pierre. Del Judas plays it around the boards, and Bishop will be there first for the Panthers. Bishop gets it down low to Dubois. Dubois looking out front. Poked away by Del Judas. All the way down to the Panthers zone. Cook in a race with 40. Icing?
Well, they went right between the middle of both D, so neither one had a chance to play it.
Goalie's poke check was icing.
Yeah, can be.
Wow. Okay.
Again, I want to say, in case she wasn't listening pregame, Barbara McCoskey, want to get well, speedy recovery from Ryan Cormier and family.
Margitza. I get to say Margitza tonight. It's a shot.
They want to wish you recovery, send their love. So if you're listening down there, hi from everybody up here, and the RenegadeNetwork.com would also like to wish you a speedy recovery and good luck with your treatment.
Here comes Poulin now. Poulin through the zone. Fires it in. It's going to go down deep behind Cormier. Margitza's going to be there first for the Panthers. Margitza fires it over to Gaudette. It's on the move. Tried to hit it up to Bishop. Bishop now. Bishop coming through the neutral zone. Cross the blue line. Bishop stood up nicely by Brochu. Snow steps in, grabs the puck. Hands it over to St. Pierre, and it comes out of the zone. Margitza with it for the Panthers. Fires a shot on Del Judas. Why is there no whistle? Okay. No whistle. Should have been offsides. The way Barad comes away with it. Barad fires a shot off Margitza's chest to himself and hangs onto it along the boards. Margitza down low to Nedu. Nedu ridden off it by Margitza, and Barad comes in. Lefebvre now. Lefebvre avoids the check of Billy Blake. Lee comes through the neutral zone. Lee coming down on Snow. Fires a shot. Del Judas with a nice save. Is Ben Roy. Now Barad trying to settle it down. Can't quite get there. Dubois now doing a nice toe drag. Dubois going to fire a shot. Broken up by Dexter. Dexter trying to get it up to Snow. Little too far ahead. Dexter steps back in and can't quite get there. Dubois now sidestepping Barad. Dubois coming in. Broken up nicely by checking of Dexter. The half board now. Locke with it. Locke going to send it in on Del Judas. He's settled it down. Looks like Nate's going to want a whistle.
That's a good decision by Nate there to get a whistle when they were starting to run around a couple turnovers at the end.
And the draw come to the left of Del Judas. It's on goal right now, 8-13 in favor of the Panthers. Draw won by the Panthers to Locke. Locke fires a shot, goes in the corner. McDonough's going to be there first. Dexter leaves it for Vayu. Vayu on the move through the neutral zone. Vayu fires it in. Comes all the way down on Cormier. He's going to stick it aside for Locke. Locke changes direction. Sends it up the boards. Dexter's there to stop it along. Fires a pass across ice. Nobody home. McDonough comes away with it. McDonough trying to leave a drop pass for Locke. Taken away by Dexter. Dexter broken up by Cook. Lee steps in. Lee's going to bank it out of the boards. Be careful. No too many men on the ice. And now Lee with it. Lee fires it all the way around. St. Pierre's going to step in. St. Pierre battles along the boards with Locke. Littlefield comes in now. Littlefield chasing Cook. Dubois with some nifty little move right there. Dubois on the move. Stick handling through a maze of people. Dubois now. One man to beat. Well, one woman to beat. That's Anna Caldwell. Comes around. By Littlefield. Littlefield gets knocked to the ground in the boards by Bishop. Dubois with it. Dubois trying to drop pass to himself. He's trying to get it out front to Cook. Cook was open. Fires a shot. It goes wide. In comes Goddard. Fires a shot. Del Judas with a save. Sprawling out to make it. Now they're battling along the headboard. Here comes Littlefield. He fires it cross ice to Billy Blake. Broken up by Lee. Lee's going to curl. Lee's trying to settle it down in his zone. He's coming through the neutral zone again. Pass up to Bishop. Bishop broken up by St. Pierre. Goddard step. Fires a shot. Whoa, through the glove of Nate Del Judas. Missed that one there. Billy Blake with it along the boards. Gets it up. Lee there. Lee stops it. Fires a shot wide. It goes around the net to Goddard. Goddard with it along the half board. Firing it out front to Bishop. Can't quite get it there. It goes back to Lee. Lee's going to send it down low, looking for Massey. Massey fires it into Bishop. Bishop curling right there. Bishop with a couple moves. Fires a shot. Del Judas with another save. Back to the point to Lee. Lee's shot broken up nicely there by Billy Blake. Caldwell and Massey there. Dexter now with it
They
along the
desperately need a change here, the Eagles.
St. Pierre with it along the half board. St. Pierre's going to flip it up and not out Cook with a looks like a 20-inch vertical leap right there. Fire shot over the net. Locke tries to get it out front. Caldwell's going to take the boards where she's broken up by Dubois. Caldwell pinning Dubois up. St. Pierre with it. St. Pierre's going to fire it around. Littlefield gets knocked to the ice again. Locke's doing a great job throwing the ball around this evening.
He's been definitely their physical presence.
Littlefield gets it. He's going to fire it all the way down on Cormier. Looks like the Eagles are going to change. They better hurry up. They're going to get caught. Don't get going and out through the neutral zone. Dubois can't hang on to it. Gets banged up to Cook. Cook with a nice sidestep around Poulin. Cook's coming down. Fires a shot. Down Judas with another pad save. Brochu with it along the boards. Witten there with him. Witten leaving it to Dubois. Dubois trying to get to Lee. Lee with it along the blue line. Down to Dubois. Dubois going around to Cook. Cook's right there in the corner. Cook's going to try to get it to Dubois. Dubois with it along the half board. Broken up by Brochu. And up the boards it goes. Foy's right there with Locke. Across the Neto. Fired out. We may
have icing. No, they waved it off.
It was off the player. Neto's going to be down there first against Cook. Cook leaves the drop pass for Lee. Lee's going to curl up the boards. He's got Poulin right there. He gets it up to Dubois. Dubois comes across the blue. Dubois going to fire a shot. Del Judas with a glove ball. Well, glove save, you could say. Now Bishop.
Looked like he was partially screened on that.
Lee to the corner to Bishop. Bishop to Cook. Cook tips it wide and all the way in the corner. It goes Bishop. Bishop now. Side Brochu. Bishop trying to get it out front to Goddard. Bishop's got Katie Massey there. Then it goes all the way to Lee. He fires a shot. Del says, hell, I got this one, son. And the draw is going to come to the right with 6:52 to go.
This has been all Waterville so far over the last 5-6 minutes. We've had Messalonskee pretty much pinned in for, well, I'd say of that 5-6 minutes, at least 4 there. What do you think, Kirk?
Yeah, you're exactly right. Messalonskee's got to find some legs here. It's a lot of shots early on here in the second period, guys.
Well, the draw was won by the Eagles right on to Del Judas. Covers it up. We'll have another face-off. We'll do it again. Ben Roy and Vayu. Won by Roy. Comes to Snow. Snow's trying to look at Dexter. Comes all the way out of the zone. The Eagles are going to have to tag up. There we go. There's the whistle. Offsides is the call with 6:41 to go. You're on the RenegadeNetwork.com. Hockey night in Maine. Live from Suzuki Arena and Events. How close are the shots currently, John? To the
I
score?
have 29, so we're pretty close now. No, 21-9 is what I have it at.
Brochu The puck in the neutral zone, ridden off by Locke. Once again, throwing the body around. Cook up to Dubois. Dubois trying to leave it past the McDaniel. Comes away with it. Snow could have a 3-on-2 here. Snow now fires, flips it into Cormier, and then gives him a shot. Oh my, that might get a little ugly. I saw the stick go to,
The stick did go up. I saw Ryan Cormier's head come back, and that should be a penalty on him.
And it sure is. Got to say, he's trying to make something happen at the same time. That is a penalty, and he's going to go to the sin bin for 2.
And I actually think he got a penalty for unsportsmanlike for saying something, not for the actual slash, which is what he should. That's a senior player there. He's, it's like I got on Chris the other night for taking all the penalties. Those are the guys that got to make the smart plays.
Well, at the same time, you saw Lee get your net as the play followed through. So, but definitely a good call. You got to keep them sticks off the goaltenders like that, especially around the head.
Eric, how does the new Renegade feature of the Waterville power play look on the front video screen? You see the label power play?
Not sure what they're talking about
Yes,
here.
I see it.
How's that look, man? We're just adding new features there. Once again, the door opens to the Messalonskee bench.
I think they're going to give him 2.
Coach Latundra's explanation. Well, no doubt they're giving him 2.
No, I meant 2 penalties.
Is there a misconduct, do you think?
Unless
No,
they-
it would be another man if there was a misconduct.
Yeah, there would be. So I get maybe he got a 2 and a 10.
Well, there goes the other player in the box.
You know what? That'll be trouble.
He got a
because,
2 and a 10.
he's a guy that's got to be on the ice. No question
They're
about
already
it.
short players. Now they're lost one of their senior defensemen for 12 minutes.
And they're in the Eagle zone. Bishop makes a mistake. He flips it out of the zone. Cormier's got to come out and play it. Cook's going to be there for the Panthers. Cook around his net. Cook's got a head of steam. He's coming through the neutral zone. Cook gets around Dexter. Cook's on the move. Cook's going to go around St. Pierre. Cook with a shot on Del Judas. Nell Judas with another save. Bishop now along the point. Sends it over to Gaudette. Gaudette broken up by Dexter. And it goes to Lee. Lee ridden off the play nicely there by Brochu. And the puck comes all the way out of the zone. Gaudette's right there for the Panthers. Gaudette settles it down. Passes it up to Lee. Lee loses it and goes to Brochu. He fires it all the way down. Cook settles it down in his zone. Tries to pass it up to Witten. Witten across the blue line. Witten takes a shove from St. Pierre. Loses control of the puck and Lee with it. Lee all the way back to Gaudette. Gaudette's going to tee one up. Broken up nicely. The sliding check of Sammy Dexter. Dubois now trying to get a shot. Can't quite get there. He's one up off the side of the net. Dubois now along the half boards. Ridden there by Barad. Barad and Dubois battle. In comes Bishop to help out. They're scrumming right there. 4-man scrum. Gaudette steps in. And while he steps in, the puck comes out of the zone all the way down to Lee. Cormier. Cormier to Lee. Lee now. Lee's going to fire it up to Gaudette. Gaudette sidesteps Vayu. Passes it up, looking for Dubois. Broken up nicely there by Dexter. Locke with it now in the neutral zone. Locke with a head of steam coming in over the blue line. Fires it on Judas with another save. Dubois now. Dubois cycling there in the corner, looking for Lee. Turns, comes back, passes it to Lee. Lee alone on the blue line. Passes over to Gaudette. Gaudette now is going to fire a shot. He had Dubois back door. Dubois now with it in the corner. Dexter's there, poke checking away. Dubois now sidesteps Neto. Dubois fires it over to Gaudette. A little bit behind him. He had to use his skate to stop it. Dubois now fires it up to St. Pierre. All the way down. They had a man coming out of the box. A little too far. Foy's going to come down, put pressure. We got to be careful we don't hit him again and go to the box. Either way, the draw's going to come to the right of Cormier with 4:15 to go here in the second period.
Well, they survived that one there. A lot of them put good puck movement by Waterville Purple Panthers, but the Eagles did a very good job of keeping them to the outside.
Hey, doesn't matter who's controlling the game. All that matters is the scoreboard says 0-0. We got a game here. And we're along the boards. We're going to have Sherry Barad again on in between second and third period. Massey now over to Bishop. Bishop loses it to Brochu. Brochu over to Dexter. Dexter fires it up and Cook's there for the Panthers. Cook tries to get it to with a soft pass. Witten just bats it in and goes all the way around. Looks like Billy, Blake, and Massey are going to be there. Blake and Massey battle along the boards. Dexter steps in. Now it goes to Witten. Witten sidestepping. Witten coming away with it. Witten off nicely there. Whoa!
Oh, he got his leg out. What a save!
Judas with another leg save. Pad save. Nate's showing some pads tonight. Bishop now slamming. Who is that? Billy Blake to the ground. Bishop and Blake battle. Comes all the way back to Dexter. Dexter's going to send it cross ice to Brochu. Brochu going up to, who's that? Anna Caldwell. Cook fires it in. It's going to go all the way around the net. Dexter's going to be there with Dubois. Dubois comes away with it. Tries to out front. Instead it comes to Cook. Cook's going to tee one up and it goes off Brochu. Another block right there. Lee with it. Lee trying to curl and cycle. He's got Sammy Dexter on his tail. Lee fires it to Dubois. Dubois ridden off by Dexter. Trying to sidestep Caldwell. Passes it out front. Saved by Del Judas. Locke with it now, cycling himself. Locke trying to do it all, can't quite do it. It comes out of the zone to Cook. Cook over to Lee. Lee fires it in and around the net it goes. Nate Del Judas settles it down. He's going to fire it up, and it's going to take one of them Suki Arena bounces. It comes to Dubois. Dubois along the half boards. Dubois takes a shove from Veilleux. In comes St. Pierre. They're still scrumming along the boards. Who's going to come away with it? It's Dubois. He gets it, fires it down, and McDaniel's going to be there first. Dexter and McDaniel. McDaniel comes away with it, passes it off the net to himself. Look out, he's coming to stuff it. Instead, Del Judas is there. The net's off its mooring, and we're going to get a whistle. So, 2:28 to go here in the second period. Your score 0-0. You're on the RenegadeNetwork.com.
The Waterville has definitely taken it to Messalonskee in this period. Eagles are going to have to try to regroup here for the final 2.5 minutes of this period and then go in for the third.
Is going to come to the right of Del Judas. Bishop wins it back to Cook. Cook's trying to settle it down. The puck on edge. And away comes the Eagles. Neto fires it in. He's going to give chase. Him and Massey are there. Massey's going to come away with it. Massey's on the move. Massey's going to fire it. She's got Goddard on the fly. Goddard's coming in. Goddard's alone. Goddard tried to sidestep. Just one too many players. Down goes Brochu. Trying to get it out front was Bishop. Bishop along the half boards. Gets it back to Cook. Cook's now. Cook's got Massey out front. Massey gives a weak backhand broken up by Brochu. Brochu gets it out of the...
I think Cook and Lee have come on the ice this period. I have yet to see another defenseman out there.
The young men are in shape, let's say. Goddard with it, trying to get it out front. Nobody home, and Barad gets it, flips it, all the way down to Cormier, where Cormier lets it go, and we're going to have an icing with 1:39 to go here in the second period. Still 0-0 score. We have a question from an old-time hockey. Has anybody scored on Nate Del Judas on a breakaway? And that would have to be yes in the St.
Dom game.
That was after they declined a penalty shot. And now Cook keeps it in at the blue line. It goes behind the net. Witten's there. Witten with the puck. Broken up by Dexter. Dexter trying to fire it up. Oh, look out. Locke steps in front of that. Instead, it comes out of the zone. Foy now. Foy can't quite handle the pass. Cook rides him off. Cook's going down the corner. We're going to have, well, they wave off the icing. And Foy battling with Cook. Locke steps in. In come the Eagles flying. St. Pierre trying to fire a shot. Broken up by Locke off the chest. Dubois now. Whoa, there's a slash. Call out the Axemen. We got a new reality show right there. Let me tell you, the lumberjack man right there.
Not a lot he could do on that. The Boys had a good chance where he had a step on them and was going to go in along. That's not the guy that the Eagles want in the penalty box, though, when we're trying to kill a penalty.
He's the equivalent of Lee and Cook. He's out there all the time for the Eagles. So we're going to have a face-off to the right of Del Judas. 1:04 left in the period. Barad. Dubois. Here comes Brochu away with it. Brochu gets it out of the zone nicely now. Cook with it. Cook over to Lee. Lee settles it down. Looks up for Goddard. Goddard brings it over the blue line. Along the half boards, he settles it down. Goddard with it. He fires it across to Lee. Lee now trying to fire a shot. The Eagles doing a great job at breaking up all these shots. And it comes out of the zone. Cook can't quite get a handle to it. He does and sends it over to Lee. Lee in the neutral zone. Fires to Goddard. Broken up by Barad. To Bishop. Bishop broken up by Dexter, and they're going to fire it all the way down. All the way down on Cormier. Cormier settles it down, leaves it for Cook. 25 seconds to go. Dubois now in the neutral zone. Dubois coming across the red line. Dubois looking to build up. Oh, my. Hog-tied him there, and he's going to get away with that. Accidental play, but either way, we're going to have a whistle to the right of Nate Del Judas with 11.8 seconds to go here in the second period. I think he was supposed to tie the rope around his feet after he was done with that one.
He didn't quite get a good enough hold of him.
He didn't show good form on that one. That's probably why he got away with it.
This is a big face-off here for the Eagles. 12 seconds basically left. One by them. That should kill the rest of the period. And the Eagles, once again, for the second game in a row with Waterville, should go into the third period at a 0-0 game.
So, without any further ado, that's going to do it for the second period from Suki Arena and Event Center. You're listening to the RenegadeNetwork.com Hockey Night in Maine. We'll be back here in a few minutes. So if you got a moment, go to the bathroom, go get a drink, enjoy the moment. We'll be back probably in about 5 minutes.